Hello, welcome everybody to Thursday night. Old Gray Bricks, Thursday Night Live. Welcome everybody. We have more friends, I believe, that will be joining us. However, you're getting the cream of the crop with these three here today. And so anyway, we're Old Gray Bricks with glasses today. So lit. Anyway.
You know, I noticed that, no, you guys both have the bottom rims. I don't do the bottom rims, so sorry.
I was at work last week, and the our president came in to ask me to make some graphic changes to a thing for him, and I sat down at my desk and I took off these glasses and I put on my computer glasses because my nearsightedness is such that I have to have computer glasses where the focal depth is about arm's length.
Yep.
And he was like, "Why do you have two different glasses?" Because he's got like perfect vision, of course.
Of course.
I had to explain to him the whole concept of like, well, my eyes are bad, so I have to have two different pairs of glasses.
And when you get older, it requires you definitely needing two different pairs of glasses, which these are my walk around the house and watch TV glasses, and these are my computer glasses.
Yes. You could be like my brother who wears contacts, but then he has readers on too. But there are times when he has to look at something, he pulls his glasses off, he grabs his contact and pulls it down to read it and slides it back up. I'm like, what is wrong with you, boy?
No. They actually told me I could probably get LASIK and spend $4,000 to do it, and then I still need reading glasses anyway. So I was like, fine, whatever. I'll wear two different pairs of glasses depending on what I'm doing. Such is life.
Well, these are actually just readers, nothing else. I'm just tired of taking readers on and off all the time. So I found these on Amazon that are glasses with just reader in the bottom. So that's all there is.
That'll work.
Hey, how's your lumbago? If we're just going to go ahead and talk about old man stuff, we'll just go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, hemorrhoids. Can we talk about hemorrhoids? No,
let's not.
Did I cross the line? Is it early enough to cross the line? I don't know. So, Battery Power Bricks is wanting to know if you can pronounce the Dune set name that's coming out.
Ornithopter.
I'd rather listen to Meredith say Ahsoka than hear you say
Ahsoka.
Speak of the devil.
I'm sorry, I'm really tired tonight. So I'm like, I could join. I'm just gonna be in bed.
Hey,
I can't get my hat on.
Matthew has joined us from
bed. He's the first person to go to sleep on this show, so
it might happen.
Yeah, we've had more than one person fall asleep on this stream before, so
I have zero value add here other than Simon did it better.
Oh, for the ornithopter. Yes, I know. But Simon actually sent me a message the other day because I'd made a reference about I was being sarcastic about the fact that something can be so great, but as an AFOL, we still have to complain about it. And he's like, "Are you talking about the ornithopter?" And I'm like, "No, but that's a great example of AFOL. Basic AFOL mentality is, oh, we have this really cool new set. Yes, let's complain about it." Because that's what AFOL do. We're never happy.
We have the right to, but yeah.
Well, of course we do. Of course we do. It's such a basic AFOL trait. I mean, you're not an AFOL unless you complain about something that's awesome. That's just part of being an AFOL.
I mean it as A, partially a compliment, and B, because I really do think the way he made it no studs, it makes it look sleek like it is in the movie. And that's my main complaint. And I get it. Lego has constraints and all that stuff, but I am paying it as both a compliment to the creator and as my personal point of view.
And I know that Simon is just jazzed because he gets to upgrade his wings. So that's all right.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I agree with Mare because I think that the set is I think they sacrificed looks for the Technic functionality of having the wings fold and flap and all of that good stuff. But the outside of the model looks like they just stuck a bunch of wing wedge plates on it and called
wedge platey.
Yeah.
And in the movie, it's very sleek and it looks like a grasshopper. Like, you know how grasshoppers got that sleekness and then that, whatever, the exoskeleton thing.
Yep.
I don't get an exoskeleton vibe from that.
But
I get leg plate.
but it's Lego, so which means we can upgrade it. We can make it better because they probably had a price point they needed to stick to. So that's what they did. So we'll make
I'm
it.
still. I'm probably still gonna buy it.
Oh, totally.
I'm still-
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I want that Harkonnen, Baron Harkonnen figure with the giant dress. I mean,
Picture, Chris.
Wait, you mean?
I'm sorry,
you
we just
mean
went straight
this
into
one?
this.
You mean
Long Harkonnen.
The Baron. The Baron.
Where's the fig? Where's the?
I love that they jam packed as many figures as they could into this set. I mean, if that means it's a couple extra bucks, I'm all for it because the odds are this is the only Dune set we're getting. So give it all to us all at once. I'm fine. I'm fine.
And I'm gonna be that AFOL and poke at Lego, saying, if you've read the books, heck, even the movies, they alluded to it more in this version versus the 80s version.
Yeah.
Dune's pretty violent, and the whole thing is about him becoming this quote unquote spice desert messiah guy who then goes on a bloody
Purge
of like the galaxy. So that's a little violent, Lego, but okay.
Totally violent. Yeah, it's very, very violent. The fact that Lego is making a set for this is amazing. It's amazing. Now, I will say that I am really, really, really loving this new version of it. While I know it's almost sacrilege to say that the Sting version was, anything but great, but I actually think that the Sci-Fi Channel's miniseries that they did
I know you do.
in the 90s was spot on because they literally entire scenes were lifted straight from the book. They didn't even change the dialogue at all. It is so on point.
Hey,
fantastic.
Chris, I'm really sorry. This whole episode is just going to be Dana and I talking about Dune.
That's fine. That's fine. And by Sting, do you actually mean Gordon Matthew Thomas Sumner? Is that who you mean?
That is who I mean. Yes.
One of my favorite Dana Carvey bits. He's talking about that, and he's like, "Well, when did Gordon?" You're like, "Oh, I want you to call me Sting, whatever, Gordo."
I also love the fact that Patrick Stewart's in the 80s one, and the character that Patrick Stewart is playing is late 20s, early 30s,
Well, it's and now we get Jason Momoa to play the same character.
I know.
It's like, and you know what? I mean, and I'll say this again. I think I said this when the movie came out, and I finally got to see it. But put Jason Momoa in a movie for me, and I'm there because I just like the dude. I've got a little bit of man crush on him, and that's completely fine. He's just so much fun. So,
I have not read the pre-Dune novels. I've only read the Dune novels up until his little sister goes crazy and takes over, and then he comes back again to stop his little sister from going crazy. I think that was the last book I read. There's a bazillion books.
Well, because Kevin J. Anderson got with Herbert's son, and that's where he got the notes from a lot of. I mean, talk about somebody. I mean, Herbert was basically. Herbert was basically on Tolkien level of pre-story
world building.
I mean, going just crazy. So I didn't even think about reading any of the prequel books until I was at Dragon Con, and Kevin J. Anderson was there and actually did because the book wasn't even out yet. But he had book he had book plates for House Atreides before it even came out. So I actually got that. And I'm like, well, I got a book plate signed by him. I might as well read the book. And I enjoyed it. And it's got the same tone of all the other books. So it all flows.
It does.
It's well done.
I heard it flows pretty well.
Yeah.
The spice must flow.
Yeah. Anderson's been doing Star Wars books and writing within somebody else's universe for forever. So for him to come in and do Dune was a natural fit. So yeah.
Cool. Great episode, everyone.
Yep.
Great spice. So
let the spice flow. Anger is the truth. Yeah.
So now I don't know if I watched 4 or 5 videos with our friend Mike Psyche, who Mike got to come and hang out with us. I should have got the name drop picture with us hanging out with him, but I did not.
Yeah.
It gets everywhere. It's irritating. It's coarse and terrible acting. Anyway, but so Mike he didn't leak it. He's been working on this according to the videos for a couple of years.
Actually,
so he was really tight-lipped about that. Yeah.
It was 3 years, he stated. That's crazy amount of time to work on a set.
Yeah. So, but if you watch, I don't know if you watched any of when he got to reveal it.
Yeah.
I guess it was the fan days that they had a few weeks back, was Scareback or whatever you call it. I'm gonna pronounce every word wrong today.
That's okay. I still can't confirm whether I'm saying it right or wrong. So Scareback works for me.
Yeah. So I guess they had media days, which is cool, but it almost felt like because it's been a long time since I've been to a convention where Lego has done a set reveal. That used to be the big thing in the old days when Lego actually started coming and hanging out with us in the early days. And then Brick World still had a few of them, but that was just about it. And they don't really do it anymore. So for Mike Psyche to be there with, I don't know how many fan media folks were in there, but there's tons of videos where they do. It was that kind of vibe where he's like unveiling the thing, and it actually was pretty cool. It was low key. It was off the cuff. It was, no massive like multimedia event. It was a bed sheet and a creation under it, and I'm here for it because it kind of had that natural feel of hey, here's something for the fans, and boom, and of course everybody's fawning over it and everything. But I kind of miss Lego showing up at big fan conventions and doing a set reveal. I mean, do you guys
know why? You know why they can't?
Because somebody would complain that they didn't get one, and somebody didn't get one today.
Well, no, I don't even. Well, yes, but that's not where I was going. If you think about it, I mean, Lego is being to the point where now they don't start announcing a set until like a week or two before they release it, because they were getting so many. I mean, it's so easy for someone to, do a knockoff of it and start pumping it out through China as fast as they can. So the best way for them to do it is to keep it under wraps until the last minute. I mean, because it's not like they got to bait us with a set coming out for 6 months to get our appetites wet to buy it. No, shoot, all they got to do is show it out the day before and we're there for it. So, bling, money.
I can't believe I don't have a Fry shut up and take my money. I cannot, of all the things I don't have, is that one. So
I thought you did have that one.
Do I? No, I got so many.
You got so many in there. I was complaining about it one day when you weren't here. I was trying to
I heard it. I heard all about it.
Supposedly you can make folders now.
Yeah, I can do that, but I'm not.
Said the guy who has all the crap on his desktop.
But I make folders and I put the crap into those folders.
Oh yes, it's the equivalent. Can you hear me?
You're just dumping the stuff into.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I was just explaining I have tubs of crap under my table that I just keep scraping into that I need to go through. It's the same principle. It's the same principle.
It's the same principle of when your mom comes home to visit or something and you throw all the crap into your closet to clean up.
Who do you think I learned it from?
You mean this is the cleanest my desk has been in a month, then that's pretty bad right there. So
the only reason my table is even clean is because it's all underneath the table in tubs.
Well, okay. So truth be known, I had this clean, and then I went through a tub to get minifigures out of it, and then I'm like, you know what? I got a new part I want to build, and I built this shuttle like in a couple 3 hours and crapped it all up again. So I'm like the eighth-fold version of a goldfish. I will live in a bowl until I poop in it too much and crap it up, and then you got to either move me out or clean my bowl. So
but wasn't this the exact same scenario that you complain about Jake sorting? And what would happen? He'd be sorting, and then all the next thing you know, he's building.
Oh no, it's genetic. He's got it. I just can't wait for him to get fired because that's what he did at work.
No, but the thing is, he's working someplace where it's completely okay for him to be building while he's working. So.
Well, here's the deal: if Chris calls me, he's like, "Look, I had to fire your son because he was building too much, at work." I'm like, "Well, can he bring home what he built?"
At least you should let him take it home with him. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
so
no
I don't want to
bring that home.
I do have an interesting thing about Bricks and Minifigures and ABC resale in general that I want to just throw in here as an oddball topic off the cuff, because I love the stores, no matter what they are, and I want to help promote them in any way, shape, or form I can, and whatever that means. But I find that I've gotten a better deal on trade-in value if I go down to Noonan for ABC versus if I go to Bricks and Minifigures here in Johns Creek. And I think it's because, and I kind of got a little glimpse, and maybe, I don't know, Jake can come home and give us some details. They have a formula that they use.
They do.
They have a formula that basically are pulling information off the internet, plugging it into a spreadsheet, and the spreadsheet will kick out what they can offer you. And it's flat. I don't think it's a cash versus trade-in value. It's flat. Now, I know when I go down to ABC, if I say I want cash, it's going to be a slightly reduced amount. But if I say I want credit, they bump it up to a higher value. And I'm like, that's good. So it makes me want to drive all the way down there, but then I got to spend the cash to go down there. So it's the question of which is worse.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and I think that has to do with volume too. We've seen the vaults at Atlanta Brick Co. If that place catches on fire, it's going to be a worse thing than the tire fire on the edge of Springfield in The Simpsons. It's just going to burn forever, a big black cloud.
Yeah. This is true. This is true.
Yeah. So,
but it I don't know. It's. I'm also the mindset that we're like, I know Matthew will go ahead and he'll list things, and he does the whole Bricklink store, and he's even got to have an accountant to deal with his Bricklink sales and stuff like that. And then you got to deal with the shipping and the buyer feedback and all this, and I'm just like, oh, I don't want to. I mean, I need to do a purge. Meredith and I were talking about this. She did a small purge. I need to do a purge. But I don't want to go through and deal with all the crap to get the best bang for my buck. So I'd rather go and do trade or sale at a local store and let them deal with it. But I know that's also probably a reason why I'm going to get a little less, because I don't want to deal with all the other middleman steps. So I don't know. That's my bet.
Yeah. Better
Thank
deal.
you for your TED Talk.
Which is different than my What's a Lug TED Talk, which was fun.
I saw that. You were talking to yourself. That's really good.
Well, I mean, I see people do that, and I always thought it was fun. I'm like, I've got questions to ask to myself, so why not do the same bit? And it was fun. I'll probably do it again.
One of my new favorite, of course, TikTok and all the algorithms and all the things now pump him to me all the time. There's a guy who he's like, hey, this song needs more cowbell. What do you mean? And he plays this, he's like pretending what it was like for the band before they play a song and everything. And the fun part is trying to figure out what song he's talking about. So that guy, I like that guy, and all of a sudden, like every other post is that guy. And another guy who eats sandwiches in California, but that's what the algorithm does for me. So it's all right. Before we get to talking about the thing, Meredith, what's up in your Lego world? How are you feeling, my friend?
I did too much today, so that's why I'm poopy pants up here in my bed. I'm just tired. I have 2 typhoid Marys who got whatever plague is going around that's not COVID, and it's not strep, and it's not the flu. I don't know, but they're still sick. And so I did a little too much today, made them some dinner, and now I'm tired. But my Razor Crest came. We did that stupid, what was it? Double VIP points, and it was already like 20% off. I don't remember. That's about it. And I made lots of Bricks and Pieces orders last week when they put all those new elements up. And I'm every day looking, did they ship?
I want to be honest and say I like the fact that your cool tight thing on your cover for your head and your pillow are the same color. So it looks like you have this large thing in the breeze there. That's really kind of cool with your pillow flying behind you. I like it.
Sorry, everyone. I'm so informal tonight. I'm laying up here. Hold on a second. We'll turn it around. Doug's with me.
Doug.
So that's it. I have the Razor Crest sitting down there, and to be completely honest, I'm more excited about my Bricks and Pieces.
Well, because that means you're going to build something with said Bricks and Pieces.
I know. That's it. Not much else.
That's good. But you're feeling okay, other than overdoing it a little bit today?
Yeah, I just overdid it today. As I said,
Yep.
the typhoid Marys. I don't think you know what my child ate for dinner last night because her throat was sore and she had pasta for lunch and she didn't want any pasta. She had a Dove ice cream bar for dinner.
I can get that. I understand.
So I had to make something tonight. Like we could not do the Dove ice cream bar again. And then I tried to eat a Dove ice cream bar, which Chris asked me this morning how I was feeling, and I said, "Funny, I made some bad choices last night. I tried to eat a Dove ice cream bar. It did not go down well." Anyway, yes.
I have made my wife Campbell's chicken and stars for the last 2 days because she has some crud that has hit her.
Plague. She has the plague.
She's got, well, somewhat, I guess. I don't know. Maybe, kind of. At first, she was thinking, is this COVID? And I'm like, I don't think it's COVID. I think you got just butt chop.
We had tonight we roasted some chicken in the oven, and we had orzo and chicken soup with a little bit of Parmesan and thyme in it. Hence why I'm laying in bed.
You are spent. It's time for mom and rest.
Yep. All right. Well, and like we said off camera, if you were to drift off to sleep, you will not be the first one panelist. You'd be the third, I think.
You would be the third.
I think I'm good now.
When he had COVID, he just passed out kind of on thing, and then Captain Xavier did. So yeah.
Was Captain Xavier in his tent in France when that happened?
No, but he had come back from some long, ridiculous trip and was just spent, but couldn't fall asleep. So he thought, I'll just join with you guys and let you put me to sleep. And we did.
And we did. Congratulations.
Because that's what we do. That's what we do.
And I'm having FOMO about Brick Convention Charleston. Martin was on the news in Charleston this afternoon. So I like trolling him.
Yeah.
Well, and then there's one, is it in like 2 or 3 weeks in Columbus? And I mean,
no, that was Brick Convention, not Brick Fan Fest. Brick Fan Fest is ABC, Nick and Amanda.
Yeah.
Brick Convention is the guy who started Brick Universe and I guess got in a fight with his parents and split off.
Right. Okay. I get confused with them. I mean,
yes.
I know who our friends are for Brick Fan Fest. That's for everything. But their logos are very close, and their colors
very similar. It's red and yellow and black, and it's red and it's the Brick, Brick Convention and Brick Fan Fest. It's hard.
Primary colors. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Struggle.
Yeah.
Struggle. All right, Mr. Sandlin, I know you got a project you can't show us, but what else is up in your Lego room?
Well, I would be showing you the project, but the Postal Service is holding the final piece of it hostage about 5 minutes down the street. So I'm not really doing anything tonight. It's lies. This is a lie right here.
But it's not 9 p.m. yet.
Lie.
You still got
36 minutes. 36 minutes.
Deliver it. They're not going to deliver it at 8:30 p.m. You know they aren't. They've already.
Well, if it was coming from other than United States Postal Service, I would say it's still possible because I've had FedEx or UPS or even DHL show up at my house at 9 o'clock. So
not the U.S. Postal Service.
Not the U.S. Postal Service. No.
I want all of a sudden there to come to a knock to the door and you open it and somebody goes, "Are you Clark W. Grisman?" and gives you the Jelly of the Month Club, but it's your piece.
No, I will hold it. I will hold up what I'm working on. It's the Trauma Team AV from Cyberpunk, and I ordered the windscreen from the Stark Jet that has a lovely white printed window pattern that will perfectly go on this. So this will be soon finished as soon as that part comes in. So it's got the little openy hatch on the side,
which is fantastic.
And then I've got the I've got the little trauma team guys with their little client there.
Love it.
Nice.
And a couple of their little guards to go with them. So this
Sweet.
guy defends while they're carrying away the customer, that kind of thing. So yeah.
Octane Punk.
If Octane used dark turquoise, it would be 30% cooler.
It would be.
It would.
It would be. It's true. I concur.
Well, when Octane came out, it was rare to get green bricks. So, I mean,
Yeah. So anyway, once this is finished, Simon's going to be very excited about it because he's been meaning to build it for New Hashima and he hasn't gotten around to it. So the fact that I've built it, he'll be very excited. And he's been building frog mechs. Like that's all he's been.
Yes.
But don't give him any reason to stop.
No.
very good.
Very cool. But
Don't give him any reason to even think about stopping.
I had a conversation with him a while back when the Cyberpunk 2.0 release about a month ago when it came out.
Yeah.
And we were chatting about it, and he was like, one of these days I'll build that trauma team. And that kind of put the seed in my mind. And then I bought the Friends, the little drink stand. It's like a several dollar set, but Walgreens had them on sale for half off. And I bought some, and it had these dark turquoise things in it. And so that's what got me started working on this was the dark turquoise. And so anyway, I have built the thing, and Simon will be very excited when it's finished. So
Not me.
tomorrow,
I'm not on the Book of Faces.
She shuns the Book of Faces. She shuns
Yes.
the Book of Faces.
All right, Mr. Dana. What's up in your Lego world as you stroke your lovely mane?
Which I'm getting a trim tomorrow, so I'm not guaranteeing how much is coming up, but I'm getting a trim. Halloween's coming up. There may be some dramatic changes, but I won't spoil the fun. But what's going on in my Lego world? There is no Dana. There is only Zool. Yes, this is true. This is true. So I did reveal this on Monday, which I think all the Halloween habitats have probably smoked it for as far as fun. But I do have, and I'm just going to take her out because she's not standing on anything, but she's there. So I did now have this fun habitat, and I went all crazy greebly
Nice.
on the wall there. Giant question mark. Had some fun. Banana on the art wall, which is fun, and then just a little tiny figure. So Mega Habitat 2 is done.
Mega.
We'll start on Mega Habitat 3 once I finish getting my new Hashima design. I think I've got where I'm going to go. Meredith and I have been talking about it and talking about some of the other guys, and so I think I know what's going on with that. And so when that happens, then I do the Bricklink order for that and wait for those parts to come in. Then I can start working on Habitat number 3, get that start rolling. I got to decide if I want to do red or blue or gray. I don't know. It's the top. Don't know. There will be no mullets going on. This is all from the back, all of that. So no, we're all good. No mullets, the mullets. Fun thing though.
Oh, are you going full Lex Luthor?
No.
I mean, I'm all for it.
You'll see. No. I'm just gonna trim.
Hey, listen, there's only one person here that goes full Lex Luthor now.
Exactly, and I'm not stealing that thunder. I'm not stealing that thunder. I'm not doing it. But I did have some time, so I did finally build the space bus.
Space bus.
Which, as a space fan, I know it's a shuttle, but this is a fun, great build. I mean, all you gotta do is swap out this bus section, and it's just a full-on spaceship. And as Chris and I were talking about the front section and the canopy here and the line work there, just top notch, just fantastic. I love it. I don't even mind the stud shooters in the front because they just look cool. And this is the configuration. These actually all can the guns on the sides and the thrusters can come off, and you can recreate them.
Hey, question.
Yeah.
Are those thrusters? Is that a sticker on the cylindrical medium azure part or dark blue part?
this. Well, over here,
On the engines.
Yes.
those are actually
Engine.
trans dark blue, and yes, that is a sticker.
Oh.
But they're trans dark blue, so they're not solid what you were thinking they were. But
Yeah.
I do like the fact that the canopy does open up, and you've got your characters in here and stuff like that, which is fun. I like that. But the best part about this set, though, isn't even the space bus. It's all the Grim spawn. It's all the Grim spawn that you get with it. And I had forgotten to mention this when I did a post for these, but the fact that the little one, the little space dude, his name is actually Denny. To go along with fun things. The one here with the top hat is Proper Chopper. He's kind of a nod to the adventurers, I want to say. And then the knight here is Flight Knight. Gotta like. And then the pirate is Captain Bedbeard, which I like. And then, of course...
What? That was Gil's nickname. Never mind. Go ahead.
And then I love then there's also three main, if you watch the show, there's three main Grim spawn. You've got Snivel, Sneak, and this is Susan with the wings. And she's just sassy and she's fun and she's got all sorts of cool eyeball printing on her. It's fantastic.
I like the weapons with them, seeing how most of the weapons are their size or larger.
Right, the weapon, but now they kind of tried to keep you old school, even though they didn't give us an old school sword for the knight. They gave us one from the 90s instead of going to the 80s. But we did get a spear, and we did get an old cutlass and an old musket for the pirate. But they chinsed out on us and gave us a 2000 plus era blaster for the space guy. It would have been great to have had a classic space gun done in flat silver. Bring that piece out of the archives. It hasn't been in production since 2010. This would have been a great time for them to reintroduce that piece back in flat silver. But I digress. And then I'm going to spend the rest of the evening while we're sitting here chatting, sorting this giant bag of Technic. So that's my penance this evening.
Well, you did. He said that I love Susan. Is that the evil ghost of Susan Williams? Is that what that is?
You know what? That's a good question. I wonder if she was named Susan after Susan Williams. I bet you that's a great trivia question. I think so.
How that is besmirching the memory of Susan Williams. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It literally made a little bit of my soul die when I found out she wasn't real.
Well, because then you started feeling really weird about all those lonely nights alone, and
Well, I mean, I thought there's this sweet European lady writing me a letter and signing it, and it was just a computer, and I'm hurt.
Yes, Susan Williamson sounds super, 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 super.
She does sound super
Danish.
nice. Yeah. Sweet little lady playing with Lego, making sure the customer service is being taken care of.
I was just thinking that the Erickson boys are not going to approve of that night either because he's got a propeller on his helmet, and that is way too futuristic.
This is true. You know what? I did have, and I think it was, I can't remember whether it was Wax Splat or it was Andrew. I think it was Andrew Sada mentioned to me about. They were talking about Visionaries. Do you guys remember that cartoon, Visionaries? I still have one of those action figures down in the basement. It's the one with I think it was the one with the hawk. But that was like Next to Nights 3 decades before Next to Nights could be even exist.
Visionaries, was that the one that had the shields with the holograms in them?
Yes,
that they used the Borg eye in Star Trek: The Next Generation. There was.
Yep, that is exactly that. It was Visionaries was on, and then after that was it Sky Commander or something like that? And that was like a pseudo live action toy interaction TV show again with Captain Power and this So
that had the electronic toys that you could shoot at the TV show,
and the TV could shoot back.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
My brother had the gun, and he would never let me use it.
Bastard.
Yeah, I remember the 80s. Lego had the holograms on all the Explorians. But do you guys actually remember that time that the the National Geographic came out and had the hologram on the cover, the first hologram you ever, the dove and everything. It was the coolest thing I'd ever seen in my life. So, yeah.
And then the comic book industry got involved, and it was one random variant after another of holofoil covers. Although I did meet one of my best friends because of that, because they did a Dark Horse did a Ghost in the Shell cover of Ghost in the Shell 2 #1 with a holofoil variant cover, and that he actually gave it to me, and that's how we met. So,
Cool.
My buddy Tom.
All right. Well, let's segue over to Silver Shepherd number 50. All right.
I thought we already talked Dune.
Yeah, you what? I mean, they've been talking about Dune, and they've been talking about Dune in the chat for like.
I was gonna say, Dana and I already duned it out for at least the first 15 minutes.
Hey, I mean, not like I'm gonna stop you from talking about Dune. We can talk
That's right. All right, so the segue to the topic. So we got to see the, however you say it, Ornthopper or whatever you call it, from Dune, and we got to see Mike Psyche reveal that to a group of AFOLs, and that was fun. Felt a lot like the old school days of being at LEGO conventions when LEGO did that and everything. So that was really cool to see his excitement, him whooshing it around. And I saw another video where somebody actually was recording like one-on-one time with him that some of the people got, and he actually was making whooshing noises, whooshing things around and everything, which also proves Mike Psyche is one of our favorite designers, and he's also just one of us. And so he was super excited about it. So let's look at from the LEGO website here, their own. We get to look at the promo model person playing with the item too. So we do have to comment on that as we go.
I was gonna say, is this in their West Elm decorated house?
Oh no, I think it's in the bunker. I think the bunker's got a fireplace, but we'll get to that there. So
well, yeah, the bunker also looks like they went to like an IKEA or West Elm to decor out the place.
All right, so here is this is from the Icons line, which I guess gets it out of the wow, this is a violent property for kids to play with, but yeah. So anyway,
okay, but anyways,
all right. So let's go through here. What do you guys think about the set, the design of the set? I've got Simon Liu's. When he built it back in the day to compare it to and everything. What are y'all's thoughts? You guys like the property more than I do, so go ahead.
I think Meredith already explained that they could have cleaned it up and not done studs out. But as we saw Mike demonstrate, the play feature of it is fantastic. The fact that those landing gear come up snug, the fact that the wings can flap in and flap and then also fold back. The play features on this is fantastic. Now, what I found interesting is that Mike said that the reason he made the comment that there was no display stand and that he doesn't like display stands because he feels that a set should be played with and taken apart and then built and turned into something else, and that not be on display, or that the legs are enough of a display. That's it. Yeah.
So yeah, he was adamant about the fact that he wanted this to be playable and have landing gear retract, and all that kind of stuff. So, these kind of things come between the way it looks, the way it plays, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff and everything.
I will say. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Sorry, I was moving my earpiece. I will say I do like the fact that they made that new element, the wing element.
Yeah.
I think it, it brings that je ne sais quoi that obviously you can't get in a mock. But it, as much crap as I give it, they did a great job. They did a great job. But the red Technic is just go away, red Technic.
Yeah, I mean, they surely they could have said, "Hey guys, can we use the black versions of those,
pens or whatever
things?" Yeah, that red, it just my eye goes right to it, and then goes, "Oh, what's all this Technic in here?" So I can't
it's because of kids. Well, even though this is supposed to be an icon set,
right.
The fact that
they can't see the pens.
Yeah, you got to differentiate it so when we do the instructions, people aren't going blind trying to figure out where this pizzas go. So, but I'm going to turn around and swap them out for black.
Well, I mean, we had that as kids. We learned character by being, gosh darn it, I can't find those pieces, and they're right there because they're the same color, So,
And I will say, looking at it back to back with Simon's, I do like the fact that they had the smoky trans windows versus just doing clear, which obviously Simon can't get the specialized smoky trans.
Well, Mike Psyche actually said in his interview that he didn't like the change of the color. He liked the old color and was kind of against it. He's like, I'm not supposed to say that, but he was. And then when the model they got sent it whatever, and he saw the color of the real model, and they did, he's like, oh, this works really, really well. So he was excited about the change then. So, but yeah, for real.
Sometimes you don't know the change until it happens that you really, really, really need. So
yeah, and this is Simon's version here, which is excellent. It is also very Simon Liu in the fact that I can see areas where if I looked at it hard, it would pop off. So and I'm guilty of building that way too and everything. But Simon can make a lot of amazing shapes with half stud connections and everything. So, but it's cool. It's cool.
Got to think outside the box.
Yep. All right, but let's go back to the Lego model here. There it is in flight. The landing gear do pull up. Now I don't know the source material as much. Do those landing gear look a little big and clunky, or is it okay?
Well, seeing as how you can't have them recess into the body, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I give that more of a pass than the Red Technic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but the exposed stud, they could have thrown in like 20 more tiles and covered those up, right?
Yeah, but I get it. When you work for, I don't want to call Lego the man, but when you have bean counters and program managers that are probably telling you, your budget constraints and all that stuff, it's like, this is why and I'm not going to go down, the Star Justice path, but this is why I don't think I could ever want to work for Lego, because it's just like the confines, like you get confined sometimes with that corporate mentality of, $20 more and I can make it perfect. And it's like, no, the budget is X and, it is what it is. And I see realistically that's how companies have to operate. They have to make a profit. They have to grow. It's hard when you're doing such a creative venture to have to toe that line. And I bet it was like, I could tile this over and make it super sleek for an extra 10 or 15 bucks or whatever. It's not gonna be 10 or 15 bucks worth of Lego, but you know what I mean? It'd be like an extra 10 or $15 retail to do that. And it's like, nope, we topped this out at whatever. What is it? Is it 189 or 159?
Like 160, somewhere around there?
I think it's that high.
Yeah, so it's like 160. So he's like, I could make this perfect for 200, or I could make this perfect for 180. And they're like, nope. This is the price point we want. This is what the bean counters have looked at. This is what marketing has said is, we could get good, good volume with this price, so. More props to the Lego designers, because I could not live with myself like that.
Yeah,
it's a hard line to toe and not get frustrated with.
It's a pain in the butt because all of a sudden they're like, oh, this part's not available for you, and like, it's awful. Anyway, so articulation there with the door. This is a new piece in the front, a new canopy piece, which is nice. Although, because it doesn't have any points other than studs, it's gonna be hard to hinge. But it kind of is a throwback to the old canopy that came in the original gunship, the canopies in the early 2000s or whatever, which is kind of nice. What do you guys like that piece?
Yes and no. I mean, it's a new angled piece. I mean, it works for the design. I mean, I'm probably sure there wasn't a really good piece that would have made the look right to begin with. So it's just another piece to add to the stable. I mean, nothing wow factor. Now, if we get it in other colors, okay, maybe you'll sell me on that one.
Yeah, give me that Trangelo, and I'm all over it.
Exactly.
20 in the cart on Bricks and Pieces. So
I don't know about you, but I'm holding out for satin opalescent pink.
Well, no. All right, so I guess this is showing a little bit of. There's a little thingy you flip there, and the ramp goes up the back and everything. And here's another articulation issue. You really can't play the figures walking up the ramp because there's a lot of stuff there. But there's a lot that has to happen in this thing. So forgive them for that, I guess.
What do you mean there's no full interior in this very sleek and narrowed down spaceship thing?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it's not that thick.
Right. No, it's not. It's not very wide in there. The new element to make the wings is very cool, feathery. We'll probably see that in a bunch of swords and other things.
I'm sure we'll see the Bionicle people throwing it in Bionicle things.
Oh yeah, for sure. And there is where you can move the articulator back and forth and make the wings kind of flat, which is nice.
Yep.
And then it can go into full dive and all that kind of stuff. And Mike was showing that. Great. You need to watch that video because Mike was getting to be little kid.
A kid in a
Mike,
candy shop.
Yeah. And everything. In fact, I think if you watch the full thing, you finally have somebody on the side go, "Hey, Mike, we need to move on." So he has to stop. Which I think is great. All right, the minifigs. You guys know the characters. What do you think about these?
You know me. Well, Data knows me the worst. I can't say no to minifigs, and
yep.
I just love the fact that yes, this is this weird sci-fi type genre. I mean, it's weird no matter who's making the movie, and that Baron Harkonnen is just they brought the weirdness to it, and I'm here for it.
Yep.
Super cool.
I am here for it, and I love the Lady Jessica. She looks awesome.
The one
and of course yes, and of course we get more Aquaman.
Yeah.
To be honest, the one fig I don't like in this that I think they kind of missed at, they gave Timothy Chalamet's Paul. Yeah. They gave him the Anakin hairdo, and he kind of just looks like Anakin with black hair. He does not look like Timothy Chalamet.
Well, no, actually, he looks more like the '80s version of.
Yes, Paul. He does. He does. Oh God, who was the actor? Is it Kyle Mc? I don't know. He was in every freaking David Lynch movie ever made. David Lynch, that was his muse. That actor.
For the longest time, I actually thought that he was David Lynch.
You know what? I don't really remember what David Lynch looks like, so who knows? Maybe they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, he looks like the David Lynch version of Paul. He does not look like Timothy Chalamet. And I think it's funny that we have now 2 Zendaya figs, and we now have 2 Aquaman figs, and we have 2 what's his face Oscar Isaac figs.
Hey. And technically, you could say we actually have 3 Oscar Isaacs if you refer to him as Batman 2099 as well.
That's true. That is true. But I meant to see the face, though.
I agree. I understand.
As who, Dana?
Did I say Batman 2099? I did, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
2099, but yes.
It's Shiptober. What can I say?
I can mispronounce that stupid helicopter all day now that you called it Batman 2099. So.
Well, I will say one last figure comment. You got to zoom in on Aquaman there at the end.
This is all the zoom I got with this. So sorry.
Yeah. So he totally has a new man bun. That is a new man bun hairpiece. Come on, Lego. It took that long to get a proper man bun.
No, is that a man bun from the Queer Eye set?
I don't think there was a man bun in the Queer Eye set. Was there?
I don't know, but I would have thought there would have been one.
No, there was not a man bun in the Queer Eye. The only bun we've had has been the old lady hair bun. Not old lady. It's the same mold that they used for. I think it first came out on the kimono CMF, where it was a bun and they printed a flower on it.
Yeah.
And then they've reused it for I think the ballerina. And then anytime they make an old lady, that they make that hair paste in gray or white for them. But that is not the same mold. The bun is much flatter to the head. So that is a new hair mold, which man buns, that's awesome. Gotta get some. Gotta make some new Hashima figs with man buns.
I was just gonna say that's a new Hashima thing right there.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna say from the torsos, the kind of the spacey suits, the armored suits there are just generic enough that they can be used for other things, and I'm here for that. So
Oh yeah.
I'm here for it. All right.
They're still suits, Chris. Still suits.
Little suits. Okay. All right. So for those of us who are, metrically impaired, they did give us the dimensions in all dimensions. So we didn't have to have Jeff here tonight to translate it. So 31 inches wide with the wingspan, 22 inches long. It's a pretty sizable thing and everything. So that's nice. And here's the back of the box because we needed that for some reason. All right. Here we go. It is time. Are you ready?
See, look, they went to like West Elm and IKEA, and they yeah,
But
this is not.
You talked about the lady in the gold or whatever. They put this lady in gold pajamas for this thing, and I'm just like, wow.
I mean, Chris, that's how I build my Lego in my very well appointed mid-century modern looking decorated house with gold pajamas.
I will bet good money that a certain AFOL influencer will do a parody of this and a gold pajama set at the same time. Just saying. I will put dollars to donuts that a particular one will do this, and her name is Nicole. So I'm throwing it out there.
That was what I immediately thought. If someone's gonna do something with gold pajamas, it's probably Nicole.
Exactly.
But let's just go ahead and shout out the very prominent and in focus 2 leaves up here to the top left, because
that is a sneak peek of a future set they're going to release.
Oh,
just
botanicals.
Is that a clue? I can't figure out what the very small model of a traffic light that is on the back table to the bottom right. I don't know what that is, but
it's a prehistoric Rubik's Cube from Scandinavia.
What it is. But the tables do have bowls. They have very strange bowls. Maybe they had spice in them. So Lego's still throwing the bowls.
And they have a toilet seat on display in the background too.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's nice.
There's a good close up of your toilet seat right there. So
we'll put the ornithopter right next to the toilet seat. It looks great.
That's the gotcha sign. You just can't see anyway. Let's look here. The side things, you've got the film canisters with some film. I don't know what is on top of the sketch pad there, but camera and an earth
or something.
Is that like binoculars?
I don't know. But we do have the looks like somebody urinated on the wall right below the ornithopter. Maybe it's leaking fuel. Actually, have you ever seen that album by The Who where they're peeing on the big thing? That's what this is, the concrete. So.
No, I think the concrete was mined in deep in Arrakis, and that's just a little spice vein.
Ooh.
Spice vein. I like that.
There is a spice vein there, so that's very cool. Would that picture there, would that be a reference to the spice, the color of the spice?
I was gonna say I think that is a modern rendition of the dunes of Arrakis right there.
Love their handcuffs. Well, maybe so. I don't know. All right. I think the thing that fascinates me the most about Lego reveals nowadays is the
lifestyle
what they're
picks.
trying to make us think we're supposed to do. Sit in our very clean, with our hand-hewn Peruvian blankets draped over our chairs there, underneath the table there, and in our bunker basements with fireplaces, and I don't know, spice veins on the walls, and a Christmas tree undecorated in the window behind. I guess I don't know. How many Apples do they think are actually going to have a little small table to put this thing on? No other Lego in the house, but just this. I don't know. Lifestyle. Yes.
As I said, It's like someone ran down to IKEA, got random IKEA decor, and yeah.
But what you guys don't realize, and I'm sure Mark can attest to this, is that I am sure that there were tons of marketing executives that sat around for months outlining the diagrams of how each of their marketing campaigns should be for adults, and they are spent tons of marketing money research to find that this is the exact way to do it, but nobody agrees.
True. Yeah, a couple extra pictures with our girl in her golden lame.
Our Lady Jessica.
Yeah, she's dressed as Lady Jessica playing. There you can see how the things deploy there, I guess. There's a whole lot of colory technique up under there that I don't like. The blue and the red I don't like. So Technic stuff, but and then and also to get the figures in, you actually pull this little tray, the little sled out to pop the figures so you can get them in and out. So I'm not mad about that. So anyway, all right. Is this a buy? Is this a day one buy? Are you guys going out to buy this, day one purchase or?
So I come to the conclusion that day one purchases must have a GWP to entice me, or a double X VIP points to entice me. Otherwise, I will wait for double VIP or an appropriate GWP to entice me.
I was gonna say, this is already available for pre-order. If you order it during double VIP weekend, does that include pre-orders?
I know that it gives you a GWP if you pre-order something during that, but I don't know if it does for double points. That's a good question.
What if it was what if the GWP was the navigator from Dune?
Then it would be a day one purchase, hands
That would be a day one.
Definitely
Space Guild.
This is something that Angus MacLean built a while back, and it's absolutely amazing and wonderful. And
it is perfect.
It needs to be on topic for our discussion. So
absolutely,
it is chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
Totally on topic. Totally on topic.
So here's the big question: is the Dune fandom community going to be ravenous about this set, or is this going to be kind of a what do you think? Are we? Because I mean, it's a whole nother subgenre and fandom to grab onto. Although there's crossover with Star Wars, obviously, but
considering that we really haven't gotten any merchandise for the new Dune movies, I mean, there's no action figures or anything like that. I have a feeling this will get gobbled up by Dune fans who aren't normally Lego fans, or if they are a Lego fan, like we're seeing in the chat, it's a no-brainer. It's a gotta get. So
I the other day I saw someone mention that if they hadn't pushed the movie back, the new Dune movie probably would be coming out around the time that this set was being released, which would make a whole lot more sense than it coming out now and the new movie isn't until next year sometime.
Yeah.
But
the set doesn't come out until next year.
But the movie is like pushed way out. I don't remember.
I think this is March. Can you go to lego.com, Chris,
February
or somebody?
1, 2024.
Okay, I thought it was March. Yeah, so it's February.
Well, let's see when Dune.
Yeah, I don't remember how far back they pushed the movie.
Let's see here.
It just feels like the set is coming out kind of in between. Like the previous movie was so long ago now. Like
March. It's saying March 15th. So,
Nick, those were not sandworms. Those were what your cat left. I'm just gonna say
that was not Spike.
Yeah. So Moto has confirmed. Yes, March 15th, 2024. So if the Ornithopter comes out in February, it's on point. It's on point. So
this seems really, really. I mean, although it's 4 or 5 months away, because this made me panic because this is coming out when we've got to have a big Lego convention and I got a lot of things to build. So nothing but a wave of panic and the thing that's supposed to relax me. But it's not as far away as we think because it's just a few months away. So
It's true. It's true.
Oh, Moto
Build
says
your
his son
cube.
loves Dune more than Star Wars. Hey, there you go.
Yeah, I went through my my teenage phase where I said, Star Wars is for kids, Dune's like for more adult, sophisticated sci-fi consumers.
I had too much ADHD that I'm probably realizing now, because I would try to sit down and read one of those, and I'm like, what the? I don't know who this is. I don't know. Let me go back and read that paragraph. I don't know who these pronouns are, and just
I would say, I mean, I tried to read Dune when I was in junior high, and it wasn't as entertaining to me as when I read it in my 20s. So, yeah, kind of thing.
Oh, shots fired right there.
It is for kids, but I'm a fully grown kid, so
I do. Whenever I sit down to watch Star Wars, I turn on my 5-year-old switch, and that's how I view it. So I don't put any logic into it. I just sit there and absorb it, and I just go, yeah, Star Wars. So.
All right. It is about time to hang it up. Lego Masters is coming on.
No. Fine.
What?
I gotta go get Natalie to bed. I still hear her. I gotta go with my N95 mask on so I can converse with my child safely.
Well, I've turned my TV on, and now my remote is not turning the volume down. So sorry about the noise in the background.
We can't hear it.
If you watched any Atlanta local media or were able to, and I found out where I can find it, to get actual press releases from each episode, they spoil the ending of this one. And so, so big deal. All right. But anyway, everybody have a great night. This has been a lot of fun talking about a sci-fi property I know nothing about, or not very much about, but I'm glad that some more nerds get some bricks thrown their way. So thank y'all for being here tonight. Everybody have a great night. Be awesome and build awesome. Be kind to your neighbors. Pink Wheels, hope you feel better and better.